Welcome to Conscious Conversations with me, your host, DG. Within this show, we're going to break down all the paradigms, the limiting beliefs, and the self-inflicted concepts that keep you from achieving and becoming all that you're truly capable of being. This is a live question and answer show, so feel free to ask the questions that are on your heart. Thank you for joining us, and this is Conscious Conversations.
We are live. Welcome to Conscious Conversations. Can everybody hear me? Can everybody hear me right now? If you can hear me, let me get a thumbs up. Welcome back to Conscious Conversations. It is your boy, DG. We're excited. Happy to have you. I will tell you this. If you go to the link in the description right now, you all can call in and you can ask me anything you want. Anything you want. Before we get started though, I just want to tell you thank you. Thank you for taking time. Thank you for taking energy. Thank you for working on yourself. So feel free to ask any questions. Today we're going to break down why it's okay to let go of things, right? I deal with a lot of people. I hear and get to see behind the curtains with a lot of people's lives. And I start to see how hard it is for us to let go. For some reason, we think we have to hold on to something. We have to hold on to things that no longer serve us. And I'm realizing the reason why is because we really don't understand and we don't get taught how this universe works when it comes to energy, when it comes to balance. So stay with me here. Let's understand how this works. Everything that's taken away is always given back. And understand when it's given back. When it's given back, it's not given in the sense of what it was. It's going to be something that's more evolved, something that's more aware, something that's more, I hate to use this word better, but it's better. This universe is constantly in a balancing act. But here's what ends up happening. We get so accustomed and get so used to what was or what is that we don't want to let go of it. And the universe is like, yo, what are you doing? I was going to give you something way better. Well, how come you won't let, we got to be able to let go of it. So I started to think about life, right? I started to think about everything and the way life works. Understand that this universe is just merely balancing everything out. I didn't want to start preaching, but we're going to. If something was taken away from you, please understand that it's not taken away from you as punishment. It's not taken away from you as like, oh, well, this is what you get. This is karma. No, perhaps the energies of that situation, of that circumstance, of that relationship, it's no longer serving your soul's optimal evolution. So something better must come in, but it can't come in until we let go of it. Imagine this, or not imagine this. Look at how nature works. Look how sometimes in Africa or anywhere else, we have the rainy season and then we have the dry season. You have the summer and then you have winter. You have the tide goes in, the tide goes out. This is the balancing act of the universe. Give yourself permission to let go of things that no longer serve you. But before we let go, here's what we need to do. We need to ask ourselves, what is it that I'm getting from this situation? What is this trying to teach me? Because here's the deal. If you let go of something before you have actually extracted the information and learned the lesson, please understand that it has to come back. It has to come back because the only reason why it's there is so you can continue to evolve. So I just wanted to talk a little bit today about letting go, being able to release fully, let go of things that no longer serve you. I got any questions? If you have a question and you want to hop on live with me and ask the question, I am here to answer it. Go to the link in the description. You will see it there. It's just like being on any other social platform, social media, whether it's Instagram, TikTok. You just hit the link and you can hop on with me and we can converse back and forth. So who is our first caller? Who is our first caller? I want to know. I want to see somebody's face. I see questions in the chat. But let's go ahead and hop in the on the link, because I know. Say it again. I'm sure some of us have something that we're holding on to. There's something that we need to let go of. There's something that we need to release. But maybe we don't know how. Maybe we don't know where it is. Maybe we don't know what it is. So we're going to how about this? I'll go ahead and answer this first question. Say, can you share about letting go of old friendships? I understand and feel how we don't resonate any longer, but still feel sadness about not having them in my life. Absolutely, Maria. So let's understand this.
No, you're still on.
We are, Josiah, we're going to get to you. Understand, Maria, that we're constantly evolving. We're constantly changing. So maybe when you met that person, you were at that one frequency, and that was the nature of your relationship. But as you grow and you evolve, now the resonancy isn't there anymore. The issue is when we hold on to. So being able to let go, you can't let go until you have extracted what that person served for you in your life. So ask yourself, what did I love most about them? What is it that I appreciated about them? I just had a mentor of mine, really close mentor for years. And I realized our relationship is different now because I'm different. He's different. I have to be able to say, you know what, for these 20 plus years, it was a great ride. But right now, the energies don't serve. It's not resonating anymore. I can force it, or I can say, you know what? This is the harmonious balance that this universe seeks. It creates an imbalance so we can balance ourselves back out. So I hope that helps, Maria. We're going to have Josiah hop on. Josiah is going to hop on. Josiah, my friend, how are you? I am doing well. I'm doing well. What is your question? What do we have? So, first question, how do we become aware of our frequency? The easiest way to answer that is by how you feel, right? How you feel is essentially letting you know where you're falling in line with the frequency. So we as humans have given words. We give the words of like love and peace and happiness and joy and anger. These are just abstract concepts describing the energy. It's really important that we understand that we have the ability to give a name to how we feel. So I feel sad. I feel upset. I feel worried. Now by doing that, we can see where our energies are. So if I feel shame, I know that I'm operating in the lowest energy. If I feel guilt, I'm second from the bottom. And this is something that maybe can help you and anybody else. If you go on to Google or anywhere else and type in Dr. David Hawkins' chart of consciousness. Dr. David Hawkins' chart of consciousness. This will show you basically where we fall. You can see it back here on my, right that way. I just look at this and I can see, oh wow, I'm falling in the vibration of anger. Here's what frequency that is. So I hope that helps. What was your other question that you had?
I think you might have answered it about letting go. Like you said, what did I love about them? Yeah.
So
that's it for.
Okay. Well, yeah. Thank you, Josiah, for calling in and keep going along your journey, my man.
Thank you.
Yes. So Dr. David Hawkins, Dr. David Hawkins basically put a name to the scale of frequencies of consciousness and gave us a chart, right? And lined it up with the chakras and the colors of the chakras. We're all seeking love. We're all running from shame. So if we can't let go of something, if we're holding on to something, it's because there's an attachment to it. And the reason why there's an attachment to it, it's because the unconscious mind has basically attached its identity to whatever that situation was. So I look at it like, oh, we're friends. Oh, that's my guy. He's my mentor. That's because the unconscious mind had developed its identity rooted in this relationship. This is where, to answer your question, Maria, it's so vital for us to be able to realize that the universe is doing this. It's in, it's out. It's inhale, it's exhale. It's the tide comes in, it comes back out. We're never supposed to hold on to it, because here's what ends up happening. The universe will create something to balance itself out. So we can talk about excess potential, right? We can talk about that. Think about when you get excited for something. Like, man, I really want this. I really want this. I really want this. And you don't get it. Why? Because you're not living in the vibration of having it already. But then two, once you let go of it, right? You say, I don't even care about it. I'm so tired of feeling it. And I let go of it. And then it comes. Man, I really want this new car. I really want this new car. And then you get tired of wanting it so bad, you just say, man, screw the new car. I don't even like the manufacturer anymore. And then you get the car. And you get so excited about the car. Yes, I got the car. I got the car. You develop an attachment to it. Guess what happens next? Somebody rear ends you. And now the car's, essentially, it gets crushed or whatever happens to it. Why does this happen? This is happening because the universe is balancing itself back out. I want something. I want something. I want something. I want something. That's an imbalance. The universe is like, no. Now I don't want it anymore. Okay. I've come back to ground zero. Now that situation comes back in. Now I give too much energy to it. On the positive end, the universe has to balance that out too. So the reason why I'm saying this is where non-duality comes in. It's our ability to just fly with level wings, even keel. We don't get too high. We don't get too low. We fly with our wings level. If you look at the universe, because it's a holographic universe, meaning the macro is just encapsulated in the micro, and that micro becomes a macro of a new micro. We don't see birds flying lopsided. You don't see planes with two engines on one side and no engines on the other side. It's balance. So we don't want to be too much here, and we don't want to be too much here. We want to be able to fly here. And now what happens when you can fly like this? Now you can get in the flow, in harmony with the universe. And now what ends up happening is you and the universe are working together as one, as opposed to you sitting here fighting it. So I'm going to open up for any questions. What questions? Feel free to call in right now. Click the link in the description, and we will have another call in like you did with Josiah. And here's the other thing, too. People ask me a lot about being lonely. Loneliness stems from us having a fear of being alone. Okay? Sometimes we call this the fear of abandonment, right? We all have a fear of abandonment. Why do we have a fear of abandonment? The reason why we have a fear of abandonment, I've talked about this in my community. We have a fear of abandonment because of, essentially, this is our cosmic nature. We first left ourselves. And when we left ourselves, that was when this fear of abandonment essentially started on a cosmic level. Here's what I mean. Source, consciousness, the creator, whatever you refer to it as, there was nothing. It was the abyss. It was all things, but it was no things. Sometimes referred to this as the void. And then it asked itself, what can I become? What can I become? And the moment that it asked itself that, it left what it was to become something more aware, more conscious. So here's why I'm saying that. Because we're all engraved, we all have encoded in us on a cosmic level a fear of abandonment. But please understand that when you are alone, this is when you will actually find yourself. This is when you will find who you are in periods of isolation. So do not be worried about like, oh no, what am I going to do? I feel alone. Instead, it's the perspective. This is my opportunity for me to get to know myself. Think about when you study. We have to study a book. What do? You go by yourself with that book. Do you see? This is how you get to know yourself. So let's not look at it from a negative perspective, but let's look at it from the positive. So to answer a question real quick, how do you deal with cheating after you cheated first? How do you deal with cheating after you cheated first? I think probably the bigger question is to ask yourself, why did I? right? Self-reflection, self-contemplation. Why did I do this? Oh, it's because I thought they were going to make me feel better. Why did I think they were going to make me feel better? Because maybe I don't feel good about myself. So really, it wasn't about anything on the outside. It will always be about you on the inside. Yes, Faja, we have a caller. You are here. Did I say your name right?
Almost. Fozia.
Fusia. Yes, got it. Okay, I can butcher a name. I can do it with the best of them.
No worries. Yes. So I've been great with letting go of expectations that I
Good.
have towards others, but I'm finding like I think it's old expectations that are coming up. So how do you really address letting go of expectations? Because I kind of removed all expectations, but I feel like when you have connection with some people,
Sure.
and based on the connection, you might still expect for them to check in or whatever the relationship is. So in terms of
Sure.
removing expectations.
So let's look at expectations kind of like statistics in the
Okay.
sense that if we say, oh, well, he averages 10 points a game. That average of 10 points a game is based off of past experiences. That does not necessarily dictate that he's going to score 10 points the next game. So when we start looking at expectations as the same, they're future-based thoughts based off of past experiences. So I'm taking their behavior and what they were. This is how the mind works. It's formulating and concocting the story for the future. So how we combat that is we look at everything basically how an animal would look at it. Expectations lay the foundation for disappointment the moment that it's not met. So instead, we say, here is their behavior. Here are their actions. It is what it is. It's not good. It's not bad. So we neutralize the energy. And now we can look at it from an unbiased, without expectations perspective and say, okay, well, they didn't call me. I have more respect for myself. I have more respect for myself, so I cannot allow myself to be involved with someone who doesn't do X, Y, and Z because I would never do that to them. So go ahead. Sorry, was there more to it?
Yeah, so I guess if you're letting go of the expectation in that form, and then you're creating those boundaries, then where you kind of carry yourself differently, that also may lead into releasing people for good, for a time frame. All those comes with boundaries, right?
Absolutely. We're constantly evolving. We're constantly changing, right? You
Yeah.
came in, maybe you were a caterpillar for a while, and now you're transforming into a butterfly. And when you were a caterpillar, you hung out with only caterpillars, but now here you are a butterfly. You could literally go off and go be and do and see anything, but yet we're still hanging out on the ground with caterpillars. And we're like, we feel bad because we've become a butterfly, but this is the natural evolution of life. This is the third law of this universe, the law of vibration. Everything is constantly changing. So I know for me, here's what I've done with expectations. I haven't necessarily gotten rid of them. I stopped attaching an emotional value to what I expect. So now I don't have to worry about being disappointed. My dad used to always tell me this. He said, put nothing past a human being. Meaning a human is capable on both sides of doing really, really good and quote unquote, really, really bad. If you look at life, every time that we form an expectation, we're missing out on life. Think about it.
Yeah.
I expect you to be one way, and now I've just boxed you in. You could have been so much more. This is the beauty of life, is being present and saying, here's what it is. It's not good, it's not bad. How does it make me feel? And then why am I viewing it this way? Why? Oh, I had expectations. I didn't think they were going to do this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So
Thank you.
I hope this helps you.
It does. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for calling in.
Bye.
Bye. So we see here that I'm trying to get you all to understand and help you along this journey to realize that everything is happening inside of here. We get mad at people when they don't meet our expectations, but you were the one who put the expectations on them, right? I have an expectation of what it's going to be like, right? I thought this restaurant was going to be better. Well, that was your expectations that you had. That wasn't the restaurant's fault. You had the expectations. So this is why we never really get to experience reality for what it is because the ego, because remember, the ego can only live in the future or the past. It creates these expectations so it feels safe. Good God Almighty, y'all ain't trying to hear me right now. It wants to feel safe. It wants to feel comfortable. So it creates expectations, what to expect. But now we miss out on the beauty of life. The beauty of life is experiencing everything for the first time. That's why it's so beautiful when it's like, wow, yes. Some of our best family memories are things that we have done and promptly. We didn't plan it, we just did it. We just got up and said, hey, we're going to go here and do this. Wow, it could be something as simple. We went to get frozen yogurt. We went to get frozen yogurt. It literally ended up being a core memory that was unlocked because we just went and did it. So to answer your question, Dion, how can I combine letting go completely and manifesting? Because when I manifest, I feel that I'm not 100% let go. Let's understand what we're doing. You're not letting go. You're letting go to the expectation around the outcome. So I have goals. I have dreams. I got to get to the top of the mountain. But here's what I've done. I let go of how and when and where. And now you focus your energy instead of on the outcome, instead of on the product, you focus your energy now on the process. So this is what it's not that we're letting go and say, oh, I don't care. I don't want to. Who cares about the goal? No, it's not that. I still care about the goal. I just let go of how I'm going to get there. And I only focus on the causes now, the process. So this is the balancing act of letting go, but then still living as if. Yes. Isabella, how are you? Thank you for calling in.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing well. What do you have for us today?
So, I guess my question is, what are your views on angel numbers and seeing things from the universe and signs before things happen? Because I see them constantly right before something is going to happen. Wow. And then the event is like life-changing. Like before I lost my job recently, which was so devastating, all I saw were like angel numbers everywhere. What's your view on that?
So let's understand this. Okay, I'll use the example, the analogy of the cells in your body, right? Let's just say we have kidney cells. And these kidney cells, I don't know, let's just say there's 5 billion of them. These kidney cells all have their functions, right? They all have their things that they have to do. But here's the deal. Within that colony of those kidney cells, if we zoom in all the way down to their level, those kidney cells are like, yeah, this is cool. We're kidney cells. I heard there's lung cells somewhere around here, but we don't know where they are. They fail to recognize that they are a part of this body. So here's what they end up doing. They start worshiping the body. Oh, this body, if it was not for this body, we wouldn't be here. They think the body is separate from them. They think that the body is outside of them. Stay with me here. I promise you I'll round it out. This is what we do. We are the cells. We are the smaller version of the universe. We are it. So here's when you understand that we're not separate. That was the illusion. The universe, just like our body, will start to communicate with the cells. So when you understand that everything is just this one living entity, this one living being, it communicates to itself, through itself, using all of these different things. So angel numbers, and we call them signs and synchronicities that you're experiencing. All this is the universe communicating to its cell, named Isabella. So Isabella, who is a conscious and aware individual, can get the instructions from the universe as to what's going on. But really, the thing that's communicating to you is really you too. So this is what a lot of people, when they start going through this spiritual awakening, they start to like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I seen 111 and 22 and I saw it and knew what it meant. Yeah, that's because it's the part of you that exists outside of space and time, the real you, communicating to the part of you that is inside of space and time. And when we start to become aware of these signs and synchronicities, we're slowly moving into alignment, into harmony with our highest self, our true nature. So the fact that you're actually experiencing this is remarkable. Understand too that numbers are living beings. They have their own energy. They have their own personality. So when the numbers that you're seeing, if I were you, I would start to pay attention to one, how you feel when you see it. Number two, what comes after that? Oh my gosh, when I saw 333, something bad happened and I felt fear. Okay, now I know 333 probably means it's letting me know when something ominous is coming. So numbers have their own vibration, because here's the deal. I know angel numbers. Here's what I did during my awakening, Isabella. I'd go Google it. What is 111? You find 150 different things of what 111 means, right? It's about what it means individually to you, because it is the universe communicating to itself called you. So I hope this helped you.
No, it really did, because I've just been questioning it. Yeah, I've definitely been more spiritually in tune. And I knew something was happening with the energy around me. Something was going on, and I couldn't figure it out. And then sure enough, I was let go from my job that I loved very much. But it made sense afterwards that it's because I had no purpose there anymore. I wasn't growing there. And if I didn't go, it would have happened eventually, I guess I can try to say. It was just very weird. And I saw that. And even when my friend passed away, no idea. And all I saw were numbers before. And I think it's because I knew something had happened, but I didn't know. If that makes sense. But the spiritual awakening part makes sense.
Think of it like this. Are you familiar with like Super Mario Brothers, the video game?
Yeah.
Okay. So I don't know. Some people are like, I never heard of Mario, but think of it like this. Mario's inside of the video game. And Mario's jumping up. He's getting the coins. He's jumping on the Goomba's heads. He's doing all this stuff. And to Mario's awareness, Mario swears he is the one who's doing all of this. But little does Mario know that there's an individual who's sitting on a couch using a controller, guiding him through the board. This is like literally a microcosm of how life works. So Isabella is inside of this video game, and Isabella swears she's the one doing this. And I saw that. No. The gamer that's sitting on the couch is your higher self, your spirit. The video game controller was the mind. So the higher self is using the mind to steer the avatar through the game. When you start to have a spiritual awakening, it's when Mario starts to realize, wait a minute, I feel like I'm not actually doing this. There's something more here. And then you start to go on a journey. And here's what happens, Isabella. The best part's coming is when Mario or Isabella connects with the gamer. And now they're in the game and they can control the game as well. So
that makes so much sense. It really did. Thank you so much. You're a really big inspiration.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for calling in.
Yes. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too. So let's go to a commercial break real quick. Next, this commercial is for all of the DG mindsetters out there who have their conscious evolution community membership. Can we roll the commercial? Let's go ahead and hit the commercial.
Every soul whispers a unique story, a journey waiting to unfold. In the quiet corners of your mind, there's a voice yearning to be heard. In a world that moves with restless pace, we search for meaning, for moments that take our breath away, that remind us who we truly are. We find strength not in solitude, but in connection. In the shared smiles, the tears, the laughter. It's in these connections that we transform. The journey to self-discovery is not a path walked alone. It's a dance, a rhythm, a shared heartbeat with those who understand your song. In the power of now, in this very moment, lies the potential for change, for growth, for awakening the infinite within. We are the echoes of our future, the architects of our destinies. What we build today crafts our tomorrow. The Conscious Evolution community is more than a space. It's the journey your soul has been yearning for.
So Conscious Evolution Community membership, I'm telling you, you are not going to find anything that has more value for your journey than the Conscious Evolution Community membership. I just have to tell you that it is literally the Netflix of personal development. We have made a conscious effort, and in 2024, we're going to fill it up. It's literally 27 cents a day. It costs $100 a year. Everything from here on out will be in the community. Everything will be included in your membership. So I have to tell you that because we got programs coming out. If you're a coach, we have a Coaching for Coaches program, 6-week journey. We have a Running Back Unleash. We're going to have that too. Everything that we have will be included in your membership fee. For $100 a year or $12 a month, it's like 27 cents a day. It's crazy. And here's the beauty of it. The first 7 days are free. 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 I know human beings love some free stuff. The first 7 days, get in there, get yourself immersed, see what you love about it. If you don't like it, get out. No love lost. So we'll keep the show moving. Now, we all deal with something, okay? I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I don't have my own things. I pray, I meditate, I do breath work, I journal, I do shadow work, I cry, I do all of the same things that you do. I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I don't. But here's how we keep moving forward, okay? Here's how we keep moving forward. Here's how we get through to the next day. We have to understand, good God Almighty, my mom used to tell me, she used to say, son, it can't rain every day. It can't rain every day. It can't. I got to have that mindset. I got to have that perspective because here's why. My perspective is what I'm experiencing in this reality. That's me, my own individual subjective universe. Your perspective is what you're experiencing. So when you feel like I can't do this, when you feel like there's no way, guess what? Out of no bias, no judgment, no nothing, the universe only mirrors that. That's all that you will see in your life. We got to make the conscious effort in 2024 to utter these words to ourselves. I don't know how, but it's going to work itself out. I don't know how, but it's going to work itself out. See, now what you're doing now, you're moving to the vibration of courage. And when you get to the vibration of courage, you can figure out a way now. The universe says, okay, he's at the waterline. She's at the waterline. She's going to figure out a way to keep on swimming. And when every time that you put one hand in front of the other and start pulling, the universe will give you just a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. The old Chinese proverb says it best. With each step, the path will illuminate. So I have to say this to you all. Just keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. In order to move forward, we're going to have to be able to let go of what was the present moment to what becomes our past. Because here's how it works. Every time that I let go of something, something new comes in. Every time that you let go of something or someone, something new comes in. And hear me when I say this, because this is the balancing act of the universe, I know a lot of times we struggle with grief. We struggle with death. I lost somebody. But understand, everything that you lost, you at first at some point will have had to have gained it. So we can't only be okay with the baby being born, with the birth, we also have to be equally okay with the death. And now when we do this, we're in harmony, we're in balance. But the way the mind works, we only want to hold on to the good and let go of the bad. We only want to hold on to the bad and we forget the good. It's about understanding that both serve a purpose. The dark and the light must work together. One's not better than the other. The masculine and the feminine, when they are harmonized, will create something new. And this is how we keep moving through in life. So I just started to realize, like a lot of people ask me, how do I deal with grief? I've had family members that have passed away. I've had close friends that have passed away. My responsibility now, I've understood, is to not hold on to the fact that they're not here, but to instead evoke the energy of gratitude for the time or the experiences that I did get to share with them, and understand that this is a part of this cosmic universe. Everything must give, it must receive. It must come in, it must go out. So, the big thing today, because I never want to be your permission slip. Never do I ever want to do that. We talked about this last week where we give our permissions away. Give yourself permission to let go of things that you know don't serve you. It's going to be scary. It's going to be what we say is difficult, but give yourself permission to say, you know what? I know this relationship doesn't serve me. I know this job doesn't serve me. I know that there's things that I need to let go of. I'm going to let go of it now. Trust me when I say this. The universe will always come back with something better, more evolved, more aware to replace it. You never lose anything. It has served its purpose for something new to come in. I got you know, you guys are on this right now. A lot of us, either through the community or through, you know, my podcast, you've heard 5 years ago when I went through this, what do you want to call it? Like this crumbling of the old, right? I lost everything. I didn't lose anything. I can tell you right now, 5 years ago, I didn't lose anything because it's already been replaced tenfold. And I'm not talking about material possession. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about the energies, the awareness, the consciousness, the life that's teeming through me now has been replaced tenfold. Now, here's what I can't do. I can't create an imbalance and be like, yes, life is so good. Oh my gosh, life is the best. Guess what? Now I'm creating an energetic imbalance. I'm creating an energetic imbalance. So I just want to fly even keel now, because now I'm not too much this way and I'm not too much this way. I'm right here. And now the universe can just keep me in the flow. You see this right here? You know, we're teetering a little bit. This is the law of rhythm, right? If I go this way, I go that way. But instead, let's just see if we can hold it as best we can. And this is why detachment is everything. Being able to let go, being able to release, not holding on to anything. What questions do we have? What questions do we have? Go ahead and call in. Do not be afraid. Do not be scared. I will not bite you. I promise you this. Go ahead and call in. Link in the description right now. When you resort to childlike behavior because of a trauma response being triggered, how do you get yourself to overcome and heal from this? Okay, so if we revert to childlike, there's 7 laws, right? This is in my book that's coming out here, but there's 7 laws. The first 2 laws are probably, actually the first 3, actually probably the first 4 are most important, right? We got to first become aware. We have to accept. We have to nurture it with compassion. Then we need to reparent. So here's what you do. The reason why this is happening is because there's a part of you that has not been healed or reconciled. So this version of you right here needs to tell the version of you way back when, back here, that's wounded. This version needs to talk and affirm this version. So this is where meditation, this is where journaling, writing letters to it, communicating to it. This is where it's everything. Paula, you're right. Yeah. The 7th one, the 1st one, the 6th one, the 3rd one, all of them are important, right? But I know for me, when something's triggered and it brings up this child wound, I need to go talk to that child inside of me. And I'm going to take my time. I'm going to make sure I have an hour. I'm going to sit down with a piece of paper. I'm going to put myself in a meditative state. I am going to find this little boy wherever he is within me, my psyche, emotionally, mentally, and I'm going to ask him, what does he need? He needs to know he's safe. He needs to know that he's enough. He needs to know that he's whatever it is. And now it's my responsibility to give it to him. So I hope this helps. So you guys, when we know that we're never really actually losing anything, we have nothing to be afraid of. And now that we have nothing to be afraid of, we don't have to be paralyzed with this thing that we call fear. We can just keep moving forward. Just keep moving forward, one step in front of the other. And here's what's going to end up happening. You're going to forget about the top of the mountain. You're going to forget about it. And you will get there now because you're focusing on the process instead of the product. Yes, we got a caller here. We got a caller. Hello, sir. What's your name? How are you?
Hi. Good day.
Hello. How are you?
Hi. I'm great. What I would like to know is one thing that I've been studying a lot about you. Like I recently saw a video where you stated that once a stimulus happens in the environment, it's neutral. It's neutral, and our thought adds a charge to that. Right? Correct. So recently, I kept that in my mind, and just yesterday, I watched that video, and I was like, I went to the grocery, and one of these cans, it's sparkling water that I'm drinking, fell on the ground. right? And it burst, and everyone around me was in chaos. And my friend was like, "Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it." And it was 4 of those for $20. And I was like, "Okay, I'll take 4 for him and 4 for me." But immediately in that point in time, I was like, "Okay, if it's 4, I threw down 1, so I'll pay for it and let them cash for it." Right. And that's how I dealt with it in a matter like this. And in walking around, I was like, I didn't think negative about it. It spilled all over me. Right. And normal me would have been angry in that point in time. I would have been like, wow, I messed up. I want to go home right now. But I was thinking about what you said. And I told my friend that. And that same video of you saying that, I have it stored, right? On my phone. I showed him that yesterday. Right here on my bed. He sat right here and I showed him. And I was like, DG Mindset said this. And he's like, bro, I never thought about it in the aspect of your thoughts having a charge. And then when I heard you speak about the quantum field, I'm actually reading this book right now from Dr. Joe Dispenza, Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself, right?
Yep.
And it merges perfectly with what you say about the unified field, aka the quantum field, aka the Akashic records, everything.
Yes.
And hearing you say this, it reaffirms me every day, right, that I am on the right path. And then the angel numbers, someone called in about your angel numbers, scene 111. And in that moment, I pause, I listen to what you say, I pause, and I tell myself, okay, how do I feel right now? I feel great. What is going on in my environment? Okay, I'm working on music. I'm an artist, right? My name is LDKid5150, right? And recently, when I look at 5150, woke people are actually, seem to be crazy, right? So 5150 is code for a crazy person on the loose. But someone also showed me that 5 plus 1 is 6 plus the other 5 is 11, and my my life path is 11 because my birthday is the 29th. Yeah, Master Nut, right? And my birthday is the 29th of April, 1995, and I'm going to be 29 this year. So it's my golden birthday. 2 plus 9 is 11, right? Yes. And it just worked out so perfectly. And then this year is 2024. 2 plus 2 is 4 plus 4 is 8. 8 is numerology for financial abundance and stuff, right? So I'm always on that path. And then every video of you always wear this t-shirt that I always pause and read. Life is mental. I pause, think about it, and everything you say just somehow merges with Dr. Joe Dispenza, merges with a guy called Billy Carson, Forbidden Knowledge, right? Yeah. All of these things, I would love to see a collaboration with you and them. That's all I want. That is like a dream come true.
You know what? Consider it done. I'm going to do it. You will see me in 2024, 2025 doing a collaboration with Dr. Joe.
Cheers to that.
Forbidden Knowledge. Man,
I would love to see that because you guys vibrate at the same frequency, and seeing those frequency match is pretty much amazing. And seeing that you guys haven't merged together in the physical plane, right? Seeing those energy match on a different frequency, on a different dimension, so I should say, right?
Yes.
And then merge into the physical means it's possible for us. I would like to meet you one day. Like I already envision that. I already have it here, right? Yeah, so one day I will meet you. One day we will meditate together. One day we will sit down and have conversations about the Akashic records, how to enter the Akashic records, and you will be able to help me. If it's already there. It's already there because my thought is in the quantum.
I will tell you this: consider it done. Consider it done, because here's why. Because you've manifested this already. The fact that we're sitting here sharing space and time. We've manifested each other in our reality. You see? So this is where, take this as a synchronicity. It's already done. It is finished. Now your only responsibility is to continue to keep moving forward, continue to expand your awareness, and enjoy the ride. Man, I appreciate you calling in, man. Thank you.
Thank you, DG.
Thank you.
Have a blessed
going.
day. God bless, and thank you. And to end,
thank you.
Life is mental.
That's right. Life is mental. Thank you, man. I'll see you. So we got time here for one more call here. One more call. Let me see here. We got time for one more call. What do we have? One more call. So if someone asked the question, is money energy? To answer that question, money's energy, yes and no. The actual physical paper obviously is comprised of energy, but it's never money. It's never the physical thing that we want. It's never the physical thing that we want. You want the energy that that physical thing represents. So for you, if you want more money, here's what you do. Ask yourself, what does money represent in my life? Does money represent peace? Does money represent security? What does it represent? What's the energy? Find what that energy is, write that energy down, and then here's what you do. You create the feeling within yourself, whatever that feeling was peace. Take time, 10 minutes every day of imagining the peace that you would feel. Feel it in your physical body, the peace that you would feel having everything that you would desire. The peace. And then watch what happens, how the universe will conspire and conform to that. We got Sarah here for our last question. Sarah, how are you?
I'm great. Thank you. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank you.
Okay, so my question is, I just recently left a relationship, like total life upheaval, moved out of country, moved back in country. Okay. And I'm in the beginnings from an ending. And I feel so desperate to get going or knowing how to go. So my question is, how do you let go of the desperation? Because that's what I'm sitting in.
Always understand that desperation will be rooted in fear. Okay. So instead of how do I move out of desperation, what am I afraid of? What am I afraid of? Am I afraid of being alone? Am I afraid of what if I can't find anybody else? Whatever that fear is, find that. Okay. Once you find that fear, the next thing is, did I ever feel this fear at any point in life? So if I'm afraid of being alone, that's what we call the fear of abandonment. At any point in my life, did I ever feel abandoned?
Right.
Let's just say hypothetically or theoretically, it's a yes. All right. I remember when I felt alone when, dad left when I was 8. Okay. Let's just say, okay, now that I feel that, I know that's the 8-year-old me. That is the part of me that is invoking the energy of fear in this relationship right now. I need to tend to the 8-year-old. And here's what we do. And it doesn't have to, whatever age it was, you write a letter to it. However old you are today, you affirm it and tell it what you know it needed to know. So it needed to know that it was going to be okay. It needed to know that it was going to be safe. It needed to know that it was enough. When you can start to supply it to it, because you, at whatever age you are today, to the 8-year-old or whatever age it was, they're the same being. So this version of you today is the only one in this universe that knew what this needed. You're the only voice that would resonate. So when you start giving it to it, this now starts to feel safe. And when this feels safe, she will feel safe. And this is what we call integration. They come together. But right now they're separate. And the illusion is that it's the relationship. The relationship was just the situation that was pulling up out of you what you had forgotten about in the past.
Okay.
Does this help you?
It does. I feel like there's more. So it's more about when you were speaking, what came up in my desperation is almost like fear of success. It's almost like I'm maybe blocking myself from what I can do because of, I'm not sure what is the block, but it just feels like, like I'm desperate because I know I can do something, but I'm creating the block because I might be successful in it. And
This was me. I would be like, I know I can do this. How come I won't do it? And I do something to get myself not to be able to do it. Here's why. Because I did not think I was worthy. I knew I could get to the top of the mountain. I already know I can. I know I can do it. I can climb with the best of them. but I don't even think I'm worthy of sitting at the top of the mountain. So I won't start. Or I'll keep what we call procrastinating and keep putting it off and putting it off and putting it off and putting it off. Or it'd be like, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and do it. And now I'm doing it out of fear, out of desperation instead of inspiration.
Right.
So ask yourself this, Sarah, when did I feel like growing up at any point in my past when I didn't feel like I was enough? I didn't feel like I was worthy, right? Find that energy. Remember where that age was, and then give that through affirmation. And don't say the I am worthy, I am enough. You tell her you are good enough. You are worthy. When you start to affirm this little girl, guess what she's going to do? She's going to start to come out like this. Just a little bit more empowered. Chest's going to be out, the chin's going to be up a little higher. And then Sarah present day will start to do the same.
That makes sense. That resonates so much.
Wow. Great. It's a process. Do not be in a hurry. It is a process. I'm further along now than I was a year ago, but I have so much further to go. And I know that now, so I'm not in a hurry. Take time to give yourself what you know you need. If you can just do that every single day, I promise you'll get there. So I think we're having technical difficulties here. I think we're frozen here, but I hope that helps, Sarah. Thank you for calling in. Real quick, before we wrap up the show, I want everybody who's here to go to dgmindset.com when we're done and sign up for Release if you have not signed up. Here's what Release is. Release is a 3-day event, a live event, just like this, except we're going to have question and answers. We're going to have quizzes. We're going to have cash prizes. We all know we love some cash. We're going to have this 3-day live event. Sign yourself up, sign your friend up, sign your mother, sign your mother-in-law, because you know good and well your mother-in-law need to let go of some stuff. She's still holding on to some things. Get her signed up. It is free. Go to dgmindset.com. This is for anyone that struggles with letting go. This is for anyone that still, there's a part of you, you're still just holding on to stuff. We're going to break down over these 3 days how to start to let go of it. Because here's what life is about. It's less about you accumulating and doing and more about letting go. You came into this world already equipped with everything already. But we grab onto all these baggages, these self-limiting beliefs and these paradigms. Release is the 3-day live event for free that you will not want to miss, so you can start to let go and start living free. Go to dgmindset.com, get yourself signed up. For anyone who's here right now, if you knew what I knew, join the community membership right now. Get your community membership, $12 a month or $99 for the year. You will not want to miss out. We have a special power hour this Friday. All power hours are every Friday where we do stuff like this, but we go just a little bit deeper. We can talk about things that I don't talk about in public. We can do this within the community of really understanding and unlocking your soul. If you want a community around you who's going to uplift you, then this community membership for you. I told you it's the personal development of Netflix. It's the Netflix of personal development. There's 4 calls. We have live meditations where I will guide you through meditations every Monday called Monday Meditations. Get yourself in there. Please get yourself in there. Here's the deal. I subscribe to some things and I don't even use it. For the value that you're going to get, this will be the greatest investment that you ever make in yourself. I can guarantee it. So also too, if you're here right now, make sure you hit subscribe. Make sure you hit that little bell thing. The bell thing, right? The notifications things, because every Wednesday at 12 p.m. we are going to be doing this. Conscious Conversations. I just want to tell you all thank you. Thank you for your energy. Thank you for your time. And we will see you here next Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern. Share with whoever you want to invite. Next week is bring a friend. Bring a friend onto Conscious Conversations. It could be your coworker. It could be your boss. You could send it to your ex who you don't even like anymore, but you need to let them know that they need help. And I'll see you next week. Thank you all.